afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi. How are we doing out there, cupcakes, on this glorious overcast Saturday afternoon? How are we doing out, cupcakes? And you, Dan Crawford. I see you, and I found you as well. Dan Crawford is one of my subscribers, and he has picked up the camera and has started doing some videoing of his koi and his stuff. So get across, do me a favour, give Dan a subscribe, give him a like on his latest video, drop him a comment if you can. And if you're watching, Dan, and you can't comment on your videos, what you need to do is before you upload it, you tick that little box that says no, it's not for kids, and then we can all comment on your videos. But get across, give him a subscribe, and when you can comment, tell him a Twisted One sent you. It'll tickle him pink, it will indeed. Well, most of the morning has been shopping with Ma and then cleaning Easy Pods. Had a flush through on the bits and pieces on the drum because the old mold was building up on the old float switch. These have just had another munch. These are doing really well. I've just cranked the heat up by another 2 degrees. So yeah, give them a few more weeks and then we should have some nice fish coming to go through. In fact, you might leave it a week or two tops, and then we'll have a little salt through maybe. But let's just spot Ricardo. He's still over in Cambodia. He does not get back until the 17th, I think. So the Monday after that, which I think is Bank Holiday Monday, we should be down the farm. So yeah, looking forward to that. Even though I was there yesterday with the boys. I said boys, giving Sean hand because he was there on his own. So because he was on his own, he's got to man the shop then. So yeah, I was out patching up rat and mice holes on the bee ponds. Yeah. Couple of times where the water almost went over the top of my wellies, which really wouldn't have mattered because I got a fucking hole in both of them. So yeah, I had real soggy feet by the time I'd finished. But we have been cracking on here at the towers, and I've been out, went to Wicks to get some battening so I could get the roof done over the top of the Tosai tank. First bit of wood, as we've undone a new pack, as it's gone ping. My word, you could have picked it up and used it as a giant's bow. It was mental. I did put a short out on it, and honest to God, there was an old couple behind us, and you can hear him in the short. The gentleman was Australian, and he had me in stitches. Cause, yeah, oh mate, we was all like, that's great, that isn't it? Almost as, in fact, yeah, there was 3-metre fence posts that were as bad as that bit of batten we saw today. But honestly, we must have pinged open about 2 packs of 8 bits of wood just to find 4 straight ones. Hopefully I'll have enough. Then on the way back, bonus, skip. So there's my cross beams for the front as well. So we're on a roll at the moment. I've still got to get this opened and had a look at. Can't wait for that. We got Becky and Liam, the koi couple, here at the moment. But that tank is doing well. This tank is doing well. They had PP last night, and I've given them a bit of this stuff, Pond Detox Formula. Picked it up last weekend. Last weekend we went to the koi hut. Well, whenever we went to the koi hut anyway. And these have had a 2-day course of PP. So I've cleaned my Tempest and I put the recommended dose into the pond. So far, hasn't made a blind bit of difference. Not that I can see anyway. Just being honest. Anyway, let me spin you round a second. You spin. Stubbsy sat there going, don't do it, don't do it. Right round, Stubbsy, right round. But yeah, anyway, we got one in, and I've just had a thought, there's no point getting that screwed in place if I've got to try and get that stone off. I've got to try and get that stone cut there, and then get the whole of this piece peeled away without damaging that, and then I'm going to have to do the same on that side. The only saving grace is at this moment in time I don't need to put any wood on that bit, zoom out on that bit there, to do what I want to do. And the reason it's going to cause me issues is because unlike that one, this one has a 2-inch recess. So you think behind this tile, so the brickwork is about there, from the edge of that brickwork 2 inches in is where this window comes to. Hence why my cheeks are a puckering at the thought of having to take that off. And if I want it to blend in with the Frankenstein, oh, break your neck, there's a fucking step there, Vince, you should know that, dickhead. If I want it to all blend in with the Frankenstein pond, then they've got to come out. And then I can get me a bit of decking in, which will put a little frame over the top of the window as well. And then we aren't gonna have any panels either side like I used to have. We will literally have 2 pieces of glass in there. So the job today is to get as much of the roof on, and tomorrow to get as much of the roof on as possible, because apparently we're getting bad weather next week. So get it done now before we go any further. Mind your own business is having a bit of a shit fit at the moment, because the shower has actually been moved, so you'll probably find the water flow inside the shower has changed now, and certain parts of the mind your own business are probably not getting as much water as they were before. But if it dies off, it dies off. I'll just have to start again. I really don't think the fern's going to die at all, but we have got lots of life in here. That one's curling out new bits. That one's exploded. I've got another one of them that I picked up yesterday out of the ground, up the back. Hopefully some of that mind your own business takes in there. But the 2 bits that I put in here and in here are growing great guns. I've got mind your own business coming out of the moss there and there. But yeah, it's going to be a right eruption. And I'm also going to do the planters, and what I've decided is I'm going to use some horticultural gravel, and then I'm just going to sprinkle in some watercress seeds and then let that explode, and it'll be up against that wall there. Oh, my new secret pleasure. Oh, and it's sugar free. Ooh. And this is my new best friend. This was given to me a while back by Pa, and I ended up chucking that up in the loft because it was always in the fucking way and I always fallen over it. Well, I opened it up today because I saw on it was a combi power vac. Light bulb! I was like, ooh, I wonder. So, opened it up. The filter that was inside, fuck me, that looked bad. And there was no way I was going to try sitting there with a fucking screwdriver and a brush trying to brush out. Well, fuck that. Screw on the bottom, the plastic screw plug thing on the bottom wouldn't fucking come out. So I attacked that with the multi-tool. popped the end off, emptied all the rubbish out, put it back together, because I'd emptied the Frankenstein pond of media, given the media a clean, given the brush cartridge, which I am going to make some changes to, by the way. But we won't be talking about that today, because that's another job down the line. But because of the type of pump I've got in there, you end up with about 3-4 inches of water that the pump can't pump out. So what I'm going to do, I will be changing that pump to one of the Hyger pumps that we had running on the Twisted Rocket Pond last year, before the condensation of the polytunnel sent it fucking haywire and blew the fucking thing up. Tell you what, stuff needs to be really, really hardy to be in them polytunnels. I popped into the Twisted Rocket Pond on Friday, and Jesus Christ, that dock plant is just like huge, absolutely huge. And the water lettuce that was only just sticking out the pots is absolutely humongous. The power of plants, man. But yeah, the heat in there is absolutely fucking terrible. Digression aside, we are getting there. No, it's gone. So on that note, I think I shall put you down and make some decisions. Well, my little fruit bats, that's us just been called for food by Susan. But I tell you what, I'm really liking the way it's cooking, if you know what I mean. Coming along. Have a look at this. Now, once it's painted, we've got to do another skip run to get one more piece to go down the inside flush with this, because then I'll have enough for my my glass Dewberry Firkins. And I reckon I should have grabbed a bit of decking while I was at Wickes, because we could have had the decking in over the top of there with stuff going off. I'm going to have to give the Mind Your Own Business a bloody good trim, because a lot of it's died off. So if it's died, get rid of it so we can start getting new stuff to grow. These haven't skipped a beat. They've had fucking concrete here, because the eagle-eyed of you will notice that that's been done. I'm going to have to take that tile out so I can get a new one in and sit high, same height as that. And I'm going to have to do the same over here. Boolocks. But these things are sent to try us. But yeah, by the time we've got it painted later, you wouldn't even notice that it'd been taken down. And before I go and eat my dinner, who needs vacuum forming when you've got a blowtorch? Now that is going to get screwed up over that pipe on the back there, and then I'm just going to paint that. Well, where there's wall will be painted black, and where there's open sky will be left as open sky. So yeah, it will lighten this one up well and truly. And then I'm thinking bottom door there like that, and then a top door with perspex, so that if it gets too hot in there, I can always leave that door open, half open. And I reckon that'll look pretty doggone fresh with the glass down there as well. Anyway, I'm going to put you down, because I'm going to go and munch some lasagna. Liam is now Liam is now seeing what I had to go through on this roof here.
Very tricky getting in these little spots.
Yeah. Balancing on the edge of the Tosai tank. You mind my bit of glass, fatty. Smile, you're on candid camera. So yeah, as you can see, we're getting there. Get the rest of the plastic up, and then I can get the paintbrush out for tonight. Hopefully it don't fucking rain.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, we're getting there. Oh, tomorrow's live, 5:30. I will put out a community post as well, and then I'm also going to put out a community post with a poll if I was to change my live to an evening, which would be better, in the week or a Saturday night live with the Twisted One and guests, rather than a Sunday afternoon? But this week we will be starting the live at 5:30. Well, that's about 20 to 10. We didn't get the perspex on the top. I had to chuck wood up there because it started raining and I was halfway through painting. So hopefully, if it's dry tomorrow, we'll get the perspex on the roof. I'm going to have to cut away some of the mind your own business on this one because it's dying back. But like a phoenix from the ashes, it shall rise again. Got the bits cut. They're looking sweet. First coat of paint's in. I'm absolutely knackered, but I'm really happy with the way it's looking. So let me spin you round for the last time today. So yeah, all the framework have been painted, ready for the perspex to go on. And that will add one of the bits coat, and that will add one coat, and then I've gone round the top with a coat as well. Yeah, as you come back now, you can start to see the vision. And once the door is in that bit there, and you hide that, oh, it's gonna look awesome. So yeah, this is probably a short but sweet video, but hey ho, it is what it is. We've got a little bit more done. And don't forget, we'll be starting live at 5:30 tomorrow. But like I said, down in the comments on what you think. I will put a poll out as well. But as always, guys and girls, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that shemizzle. I've been Twisted Kai. You lot out there, you know you're great. And we'll see you tomorrow at 5:30.
That's all, cupcakes.
Yes, makes it all worth it.